Welcome back to Different Look. If you're just joining us, today's show is our way of saying Happy Mother's Day all month long to super, irreplaceable women who motivate their daughters to pursue and achieve a career. The twist is the daughter's choice ends up in the very flattering way many mothers want, to see their daughters in their shoes. Joining us in studio for our final segment today is Prince George's County Police Officer Lavonne Dickerson and her mother, Corporal Loretta Williams. Thanks for joining us, ladies.
Thank you.
Lavonne, we understand you're 25 and you said your mom is 27.
Yes.
So explain, talk with us about working together.
We don't work together directly through the department, but we have had encounters where we run into each other. Certain things that we do, we may see each other, may ask for some advice on certain things, leeway on certain things, but it's fun working with her, but I can't work with her.
Why not?
It's my mother. You know, in your mind, you're like, you never want to see something happen to her, or you would never want someone to disrespect her or any type of way, because even though she is my counterpart, she's also my mother. So I still have that instinct as a daughter to protect her, as well as her being my mother to protect me.
Loretta, is she right?
Yes, she is. Definitely. She is definitely right about that. It's kind of hard to think that she's out there. I try not to worry, but you do worry as a mother alone. But then coming in as a counterpart is, that double thing is there. Like, okay, is she okay? Are they protecting her? Is she out there? She got her back up, and is she keeping herself safe? So yes.
What was your inspiration as far as becoming a police officer?
I always wanted to be one. As a little girl, just growing up, I was always into, it's always the cliche. Watch the cops and robber movies, and me and my sister, we just stayed with that. And also my dad is a retired law enforcement just as well. So I always wanted it, but my mother didn't want it that much because girls don't supposed to be doing police work. So I kind of like went in the field that she wanted me to go into until I decided I need to be a police. It's within me. I need to do it.
What were you doing before you became a police officer?
I was a secretary for 7 years before I became a police officer. So it was a big challenge, a big step, and totally different from being behind the desk to being on the front line out there serving and protecting your community.
How did you contemplate having that conversation with your mom? I've tried this for 7 years now. It's time for me to go.
Well, I didn't tell her until after I got accepted on the police department. That's when I told her, because then I can't back out of it. I have to go forward with it. She was kind of a little resistant, but then she gave in, like, this is what you want to do. I'll support you. I just need you to be safe.
And Lavonne, what was it like for you having the conversation with your mom?
Sure. Do you really want to do that? Are you sure you want to do that? And with me, I like to stay busy. So with this job, nothing is the same every day. It's something different. You see different faces, people, incidents. So she was accepting of it, but in the same way as my grandmother, she was kind of hesitant to say, okay, I'm all for it, but she was my biggest supporter when I chose to do it, though.
So when your grandmother found out you wanted to become a police officer, did she go, oh, another one? No.
I think she did, but she was still happy to see that her granddaughter was doing it as well as her daughter, so I think she was very happy about that.
You had some reservations initially about her following in your footsteps. But looking at her, how much pride do you have?
Oh, there's a lot of pride. I'm so happy that she decided to do this because it brings out a better character in a person. Not saying no job does that, but it brings out, because we have to deal with so much stuff, and it helps us to control ourselves, to help others, not just look at the negative all the time. So I'm very proud that she decided to do it, and she's been doing it now, and she's keeping herself safe, so I'm very proud of her.
Yeah. What do you see in yourself that you know definitely comes from your mom, aside from the uniform you're wearing?
We're very anal people. We're straight to the point. We like to help. My mom likes to help everybody, and I see it at work. I do the same thing at work. And then actually choosing this career is the same thing my mom did. Before I got in the department, I was doing secretary work as well. And I just thought about that. I was like, hey, we just did the same thing. I didn't realize it, but it's crazy. I just followed right into my mother's footsteps, and I'm happy that I did, because I enjoy every day of what I do. just as well as she enjoy every day. I don't wake up and say, oh my God, I gotta go to work. I'm like, okay, 6:30, but I'm there. You know, I'm 100% when I'm at work.
What about you, Loretta? What do you see in Lavonne that makes you go, oh my God, that's me?
She has my personality. She definitely has that. I can always say she is my child. So that I see, she's a go-getter. She loves what she do, and it's not a boring thing because we wear different hats all the time. So she's definitely a go-getter. I'm just, you know, that's me with her.
What are some of the things, Lavonne, you plan to practice as a mother that you watched, you know, your mother practice? Maybe not all, but some of the things. Like, for instance, my mom, I have 5 sisters. Okay. When we were dating, she would run outside and write down the license plate of anybody we left the house to hang out with. And I thought she was crazy. Right. But now that I'm a mother, I'm going to do the same thing because I know why.
For my mom, she was very strict on certain things, and I will be the same way. By working this job, we see so much that not every person sees. So if I ever do decide to have children, I will be the same exact way, and I will have that open door as she had with me to come talk, and if I feel some type of way, let her know. I would have the same way. I would be the same exact way. I wouldn't change anything.
How does that make you feel?
Proud, just so happy that she actually going to do what I did. She now sees the big picture.
It worked for the better benefit. It worked for the better benefit for me.
Okay.
And I understand you all made history when Lavonne graduated.
Yes.
How do you feel about making history within the department, and do you feel an added sense of, I don't know, urgency or pressure to be right all the time?
There's no urgency or pressure to be right all the time. It was an honor to find out that we are the first African-American mother and daughter on a Prince George's County Police Department that's active at the same time. And that's the biggest honor they can have. But there's no pressure with it because as long as we're still doing our job and keeping ourselves safe and keeping our counterparts safe, then we're okay.
Okay. And we've definitely, we being society and in general, we've come a long way in terms of knocking down some stereotypes when it comes to career fields. What would you say to a young girl who's watching the show and thinking, I want to be a police officer, but she hears from friends and maybe family members that that's not a job for a woman?
I hear that every day at work. I have females young girls come up to me and say, you're so small, we can be the police. Yes, you can. There's no height requirement, weight requirement, race requirement, gender requirement. You know, if you want to do it, do it. And I tell females every day, if this is what you want to do it. Don't let nothing stop you from doing it. If this is your goal, achieve your goal. And you know, it makes me feel happy that I can have someone come up to me and say that, and I'm like, okay, I'm nothing but 10 years older than you, and you're, you know, so it makes me feel happy, and for us to break a stereotype, that's the best thing that could ever happen for me.
In 10 seconds, can you tell us what you plan to get your mom for Mother's Day?
I can't tell. It's a secret.
Oh, I guess. All right.
Until next time.
Oh, yeah, after it passes.
Right.
Well, thank you, ladies, for joining us. And to all of you, from all of us, happy Mother's Day all month long. That's all the time we have for this show. Thank you.